Hello everyone. Today we're going to take a look at all of the coins that are in the cardboard flips right here. And first I'll say that with just everything that's been going on over the last year, it's not been possible to go to flea markets. The National Flea Market has been closed, and they're going to be closed for a while. I haven't been to my local coin store for probably about a year now. Probably last February was the last time I was over there. And I haven't been able to go through just random coin bins of miscellaneous foreign coins since the last time I was able to do that was the Tennessee State Coin Show that was in Chattanooga last March. And so I thought I'd take a different approach this time, and I went on eBay and I bought one of those lots of just bulk pounds of coins. And I keep hoping that I would find someone that's just selling off a collection so that there's not that much many duplicates in it, like duplicates within the actual box itself, but those are pretty tough to find. So pretty much all I found were people that just do this over and over again. They buy large piles of coins and then they turn around and they just sell big piles of coins. And I keep hoping that I get something that is unsearched, and they say they don't have time to look through it all, but someone has searched through it before making it to me. So what I did find is that there are a lot of coins that are slight differences from other coins I already have in my collection that I probably would not have thought to purchase if I found them in a 25-cent bin. But now that I see that there is a slight difference to them, whether they changed the metal content, made it a little bit smaller, made some subtle change on the coin, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. I probably have a couple of thousand coins in my collection already, so it's kind of after the first couple of thousand, it gets harder and harder to find something that's new. But thankfully, I found a good dealer that did have some things that were different. And so the order that I have these in today is just the order that I looked them up, and so that was pretty much based on which countries had the most coins represented. So the countries will be grouped together, and that's about it. So we're going to start with Venezuela, 10 bolivares. And on the flip here, I write the country, the denomination of the coin, the year of the coin, and if for the people that collect coins, that is the catalog number of the coin in the Krause publications. It's usually going to be a KM number, but sometimes it's a Y number. And if there's anything of note, I'll put it on here. So this one I wrote that it was nickel-plated steel because previous versions of this coins were made with a different metal. Got a Venezuela 10 bolivares. So it was similar to the last coin, except the last one was aluminum, and this one's aluminum zinc, and this one is nickel-plated steel. This one felt heavier, but otherwise, aluminum zinc isn't going to stay shiny as long. Then with Venezuela, we've got the 20 bolivares. And they must have changed several coins to aluminum zinc all in the same time. We're going to jump up to the 500 bolivares. And then with these two, the difference here was the portrait in the coin on the right is slightly larger than the one on the left. You look at the gap above the top of the head, it's a smaller gap on the coin on the right. And actually, these are the two coins that I need to compare for that. So the other coin must have been made out of aluminum. And so this coin was only made for 1 year, and it's 79.1, whereas the one on the right is 79.2. And so it's just that the difference between 0.1 and 0.2 is the size of the heads on that side. So we've got a Brazil 5 centavos. Brazil coins, they make their coins the same shape and metal content as the euro coins. And so they'll look like that on the head side of each of these. This one is 25 centavos. Next up we have Spain from the euros. Here is a 2-cent coin. Next we move to France with 50 centimes. I had several coins like this already. What makes this one different is the large C mint mark, which is right there. And that looks like a pretty tiny C, but when you look at the smaller C on other versions of that coin, it's a lot smaller. Next up, we have Belgium, and every Belgium coin comes in two versions. They speak two different languages in Belgium, so it's either going to say Belgie or Belgique. I guess that's how you pronounce it. We have 10 centésimos from Uruguay. And then a very similar coin, the 20 centésimos. Have from Yugoslavia 50 para, and there are two versions of this coin, and it depended on how wide the 0 on the 50 was going to be. A 10 dinar coin. From Jamaica, we have a $1 coin. And this side has the coat of arms. From Italy, I was really surprised I didn't have this coin, a 2 lira aluminum coin with a, I guess that's a B on it. We're talking about Italy. This was not, I already had one of these coins, but this one is in nearly uncirculated shape, and so it's going to replace the coin that was already in my collection. This next coin was one of my favorites. This one is from the early days of East Germany. I believe they only made this coin for 1 year as a 50 Pfennig or half a mark. From the Netherlands, here is 1 euro cent, and has Queen Beatrix. From China, this is another coin that I thought I had plenty of, but at some point they started making these out of nickel-plated steel. I have plenty of these using the old metal. It's a large Turkish coin from 1957, 1 lira. A few years later, 25 kurus. And there's a slight difference on this coin with the surface that the lady is standing on changed subtly. They had some pretty bad inflation after a while, so this coin is worth 50,000 lira. And, or as they call it, 50 bin lira. But they had a monetary reform, and so the old liras became new liras. I don't know what the conversion rate, but this was a coin for 50 new kurus, and it's a bimetallic coin. Next up, we have Philippines. This was another coin I probably would have already thought that I had, but if you look under the portrait, there is some initial right there. I don't know if it's the initial of the engraver or a mint mark, but there are versions of this coin that are missing that. And a lot of modern Philippines have the Bank of Philippines on the other side. Here's another of my favorite coins. This was a commemorative coin from Russia, celebrating the 40th anniversary of their World War II victory. Next, from Russia, fairly new coin, 10 kopecks. We see Bank of Russia on a lot of their modern coins. From Argentina, next we have 2 pence from Ireland. And all the Irish coins have the harp. Next, from Costa Rica, I do think that Costa Rica coins aren't very exciting. One side always looks like this, has just their logo on it, and then the other side has pretty much just the denomination on it. Although a lot of their coins do have kind of a braille look to them. I'm not quite sure how to interpret that, but you look at different denominations and the little spots there are a little bit different. That seems like that'd be awfully small to just be able to feel. When you pull up the 10, there's a 4 dots on this version of the coin. That coin had a lot of its luster left to it. Next, from Costa Rica, we have the 25 colones. Now, this coin right here caught me by surprise as we flip it over. One of them had a coin alignment, the other one had a metal alignment. And I already had this coin, but I don't know which version I had. I didn't notate it. So you flip one of them over and this way to see the tails right side up. And the other one you have to flip it this way to see tails right side up. So let's take a look at both of these for just a moment. Next we have Barbados 1 cent. That coin looks brand new. $2009. Some from Iceland. Here is 1 krona from 1975. That's not actually made out of gold, probably brass. Iceland, they call themselves, they pronounce or spell it like we would say island. $50 Auror. Have a shrimp on their 50. Next up, a couple of coins from Fiji. And like many British colonies, they as the Queen Elizabeth ages, her portrait is updated every decade or so. So I probably had a version of this coin with a different Queen Elizabeth portrait on it. Then Fiji with 20 cents. I ended up with 70 new coins for my collection in total out of this, where we've already looked at the first 40. This one is British Caribbean territories. Eventually they changed their name of this to Eastern Caribbean states, and it's all of the smaller British island countries in the Caribbean. They just use one common currency between them all. Older portrait of Queen Elizabeth. Here's a newer Eastern Caribbean states coin. 2011, 1 cent. And see a modern portrait of Queen Elizabeth on it. This coin is round, but the prior version of it was, I believe, 7-sided, and you can kind of see that shape to it, but they actually made it round this time. Next up we have the 5 cents. And then 25 cents. Next we have a 10-cent coin from Hong Kong. This was after it was no longer British. And then 50. Has the same, I think it's called a Bauhinia flower on it. Here's a 2-cent euro coin from Belgium. I believe the name of the monarch here is King Albert. And then the standard 2 euro cent back to it. And then the 1 cent coin. While we're looking at euros, here is my first coin from Estonia. That's a euro coin. Unfortunately, this one is kind of a dirty coin. You can't really see what's on there. It has a shape of the outline of Estonia, and then their name for themselves is actually Eesti, which is kind of written at the bottom of the coin. But here's a pre-euro Estonian coin from 2000. It's 1 kroon. There you can see how they pronounce their own country, something like Eesti or Esti. Moving on, we have the Portuguese city of Macau. This coin is for 1 pataka. I like the design of that one. From Kenya, we have 1 shilling. With the first president of Kenya. Romania. $50 lei. Next up, we've got Papua New Guinea. A lot of the coins I've ever found from them appear to be proof coins. I don't think this one is, but it still has a pretty good shine to it. Last one was the 10, this one is the 20. I guess that's an emu. I guess. From Panama. At the time, they just spelled out Medio Centesimo de Balboa, or which is the same as a half cent, half centesimo. And I believe that's actually Balboa on this side. From Bulgaria. These coins remind me a lot of Soviet coins. 10 stotinki. And then Bermuda's 1 cent coin has a wild boar on it. You'd think they'd want to show off the beaches or something like that, but instead they've decided to show off a pig. And then here is a $1 coin. They call that a cahao bird. If you look closely, it is actually flying over an island that's the shape of Bermuda on there. So this $1 coin is in shape and size a lot like the British £1, and even has some writing etched on the side. Next up we have Venezuela. Five centésimos. Old Jersey. This is a half new penny. Back when they got rid of the pence, shilling, crown, and moved to decimal currency. Old portrait of the Queen. Somalia, 5 shillings, an FAO release with an elephant. Next we have 1 cent from Suriname. Bolivia. Don't see too many coins from Cape Verde. This one is 10 escudos. It's got some kind of flower on this side. It's called the Lingua de Vaca. Flip it over. We have the this is what all Cape Verde coins look like, or they call themselves Cabo Verde. Next one is 10 dinar from Serbia. And I like the cathedral, or whatever that is. Another country that's hard to find coins from, Malta. 5 mils. There's 4 fish on the coin. Last couple of coins were in Arabic, so I had to use the CoinScope app to help me figure them out. This one is 25 fils from the Arabic Republic of Yemen. Then here we have a coin from Syria. That depicts the Roman theater at Basra. And I've seen this coin labeled as 2 pounds and sometimes as 2 lira, so I'm not quite sure which it is. But here's the eagle design that appears on most Syrian coins. Last couple things I want to show you. There was one silver coin made it into this lot. Most of the time, Silver coins are long gone by the time they get to eBay buyers, but this one has such little amount of silver in it, even with silver today almost spiking at $30. Still, that's about, I don't know, 45 cents worth of silver. I don't know, but not too much for them to be concerned about. This last one was pretty interesting. Took me a while to figure out what this one was. You see I have replica on here, but it's a replica of a coin from 1493. It's the original coin was made out of silver, and it was a 2.5 guldiner of King Maximilian I. And this is what I'm told is a tourist token from the Hall Mint Museum in the town of Tyrol, Austria. And so this was what a silver coin from over 500 years ago would look like. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, I did want to close with a note that this ended up being a 5-pound lot, and if you buy them in bulk, you'll see on eBay that they tend to go for about $8 to $10 a pound. I think I paid somewhere between $40 to $50 for this particular lot. If I were to add up just the value of all the coins that I showed you today, there was probably a book value of about $25, or if you want to look at it like every coin I picked out cost a quarter, like I was at a some kind of a flea market or a dealer's bin, then we're looking at, do the math in my head on that, that's still about not quite $20 if you look at it that way. But then I still have there were a little over 500 coins that came in that lot, because you get about 100 coins per pound. And so that means that I still have another 430 coins that I don't know what to do with. I've given some coins to my friend's kids before, and maybe someday I'll turn these around and sell them. Maybe I'll put together lots of 100 unique coins, put that on eBay, or I don't know what I'll do with them. But all right, bye.